Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'm going to review the Dollar Tree adhesive vinyl. I will cut it using Cricut Maker 3 and Explore 2, and I will test it with different surfaces. Now let's begin. I couldn't find a large variety of products at the Dollar Tree closest to my home. I got 2 boxes of permanent adhesive vinyl and 1 box of transfer tape. One issue with the Dollar Tree store is that not all the stores are well stocked. I'll cut different pieces and test them over a variety of surfaces. My first impression of the material coming out from the box is that it is not the best quality, but you pay for what you get. And this roll only costs $1.25. My first impression of the transfer tape is that it's way too thin. I don't know if you can see it, but there are a couple of folds in the roll. I'll cut some pieces of the material to make a test cut. When you are using a new material for the first time, I recommend making a test cut to avoid wasting material. I'll be using a simple shape for this test cut. I'm using Cricut Maker 3 and I will open another window where I'm using Explorer 2. Click on Make It. Select on Matte. Continue. Since this is not a Cricut product, go to Browse All Materials. Type vinyl in the search box. I had the fine point blade in place and now I will load the mat. Based on the test cut, I will add more or less pressure. Send them to cut. Remove the pieces from the mat. Check the back to see if the pressure was correct and didn't cut the backing. In this case, it looks fine. Since this is a simple shape, I will remove it this way, and I can see that the vinyl settings work well with this material, and I don't need to modify it. This may vary depending on the condition of your blade. Place it over the canvas. The piece that I cut with Explore 2 using the vinyl settings also looks good. The adherence seems fine. Now I'll cut some text using the same settings. Cut a piece of transfer tape. Weeding this material was extremely easy. I think the reason may be that it is not that sticky. Now I'll place the transfer tape. As I mentioned, this transfer tape is really thin. I got some wrinkles, but I don't think this will be an issue to transfer the material. Starting from the corner, remove the backing. This process was really smooth. Now I'll transfer it over this canvas. Remove the transfer tape. I see it hasn't transferred, so I will scrape it a little more. I'm still having the same issue. I'll try it from another corner. At this point, I'm getting frustrated, even though it is the same materials as the stars, since the text has less contact area and this material is not that sticky, it doesn't transfer well to this canvas. Finally, I gave up. Now I'll transfer the text over this planner with a faux leather cover. I don't see that necessary to burnish these pieces. Place it over the cover. Transferring this text over the planner wasn't that easy, but I could do it. I decided to use this yellow vinyl. For some reason, even though they are the same material, I didn't struggle to transfer this text. Although the yellow vinyl works better than the blue, I wouldn't say I like how it looks in the planner because I found the material not to be a solid color. I want you to compare this planner that I personalized with Cricut vinyl and this one that has the $3 vinyl. I'll say this material has a 70% opacity. Now I'll place it over this planner that has a paper cover. Sadly, the transfer tape ruined the cover, but looking on the bright side, I was able to transfer the vinyl. Now I'll place it over wood. To my surprise, transferring this vinyl to wood wasn't tricky. I'll also try it over this piece of painted wood. The transferring went smooth. I sent to cut small designs and I realized this material is not the best for small projects. I wouldn't recommend anything smaller than 1 inch. Also, weeding small pieces of this material is a nightmare. I'll transfer this design to a mug. I transferred the design without struggles, however, I'm not happy with the result. Since the material is not solid, it shows the imperfections. Compare it to this design which was made with Cricut permanent vinyl. Now I'll transfer it over this metal container. Again, I was surprised how well it worked. This time I'll use the adhesive vinyl as a stencil. Place the acrylic paint. I'll use the hair dryer to speed the drying time. The result wasn't the best, there was some paint bleeding, but maybe it could be fixed using some Mod Podge. In conclusion, if you are going to use medium-sized designs over metal, wood, ceramic, this material will work just fine. Remember that this material is not consistent, so there may be some differences if you use other colors. I thought this material wasn't going to be good at all, but I was wrong. It has limitation and it's not the best quality, but you cannot be that picky when you are spending $1.25. I hope you like this video and you find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in any of the Cricut machines, I'm going to share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.